Welcome into the Wildcast Instacast Postgame Show, live on YouTube. We're no longer on the Instagram. I'm hoping anyone can hear me that is here. I'm not sure who's here, but I can't see anyone, so I'm trying to learn this product. But the Wildcats get a. For those of you joining the show that are new to the show, welcome in. It is a post-game show. We're going to recap kind of around the queue quickly, and then we're going to get into the game. This one, the Wildcats go down 4-3 to Baie-Comeau. We'll go quickly around the queue. Bathurst 5-3 over Blainville. Cape Breton gets a 5-3 victory over Halifax. That is, I think, their 16th regulation win in 100 and a few. 100 and a few. Gatineau, a 4-3 victory over Rouyn-Noranda. Quebec getting a 5-1 victory over Shawinigan. Final in going into a shootout, Drummondville and Sherbrooke 2-2, and Victoriaville gets a 1-0 shutout over Val-d'Or. Yes, we like when Val-d'Or loses because, well, we need their lottery pick. But here at the Avenir Centre, the Wildcats go down 4-3 to the Drakkar. This one was a tough one. I think Moncton controlled a lot of the game moving into the second half of the game. I can't see the chat, so I'm kind of working on this. Hopefully, I can see the chat as we go through. But there's a share button there. Edit. I'm trying to see if I can't see you guys in the chats. I do apologize. Whenever you get here, yeah, they go down 4-3. So we'll get into recap in this one. Kind of a slow starting first period. The shots 7-7. There were times where Moncton took advantage early on, and then Baie-Comeau was kind of coming back. But 3 minutes in, I mean, you leave this guy right now the way he's going. You leave this guy in the middle of the net. It is generally going to be in the back of the net. It was Jon Loshing in the slot. See if I can find the call. Let's see if we can. Oh, maybe they don't have the call on this one. Where's the first? They don't have the first goal. Oh, they don't have the video of the first goal. LaBelle doing the work, gets it to Loshing in the slot. He makes no mistake, ripping it top shelf for a 1-0 lead 3 minutes into the first period. And then on the power play, Xavier Fortin, I believe it was a interference. What was it? Tripping. Hugo Marcel with the tripping call. Baie-Comeau goes in the power play. They get the one to tie the game up as Xavier Fortin gets his 5th of the year. 1-1 after one. Shot 7-7. Into the second period, Moncton controlled a lot of the second period. Outshot Drakkar 16-5. They controlled it up and down the ice. Max Barbashev got on the board with, well, let's just call it a greasy type goal. Here's his call from Marty Kingston on Harvesters FM.
1-1 tie, Cats power play. We're in the Baie-Comeau zone. The Drakkar going to lug it up the wall. Kept in by Moncton nicely, though. It's LaBelle at the top of the circle in front of Boone. The backhander. And Adon went down with that big frame to hold on. They score!
Just a bit of a awkward, greasy Olivier Adam with the save. Max Barbashev is able to bang in the rebound, giving the Wildcats a 2-1 lead about 40 seconds in the second period. So it didn't take long for them to get the lead. It was on the power play as they started the period with a power play as Dufour was sent to the bench by interference on the bench. No, wait, hang on. Interference by Dufour. That's what it was. I knew he went one too many down. Penalty at the end of the first period. Cats start the second period with a power play. Not generally the time you want to start the second period. Any period on a power play. Barbashev gets his 6th, and Wildcats lead is unfortunately not kept for very long. 5 minutes left. Andrew Doucette, 5 minutes later, gets the Drakkar even, and then it was 2-2 after 2, and Moncton controlled a lot of that second period. You're feeling okay going into the third. That's generally our Achilles heel is the second period. And, this one was one of their better second periods. Last night against Charlottetown, not one of their best second periods. This one was, and they outshoot him 16-5. Moving into the third period, shots 11-9, but it just at least one goal that Steinman's going to want back. Vincent Collard shot from the point kind of gets under the blocker arm. He's going to want that one back. Not the best goal to give up, and it's going to happen. We've talked about it on the show, Jeremy and I. Filion's let a couple in. Goalies are going to have those nights where they have the tough ones. So he misses that one, just kind of squeaks through, and then again, Charles Thomas La Rochelle again, blocker side. Turnover inside the zone. Baie-Comeau gets to a 4-2 lead early with about 10 minutes left. Moncton starts getting a little bit of momentum in. And then, one of the guys that is just firing on all cylinders right now, Etienne Morin. He gets us to within 4-3 as he and Baudouin go down the ice playing tic-tac or playing give and go all the way down the ice. Here's the call from Marty on Harvesters FM.
Come to Etienne Morin, starting a rush. Here comes Morin. A give and go. Lotion coming down his off wing. It's Baudouin. Baudouin and Morin. They score. Etienne Morin.
Give and go down the ice. Baudouin across. Morin with the backhand. 8:45 left in the third period. It's 4-3 Drakkar. Unfortunately, that is as close as Moncton would get, as they just couldn't quite find that next one and go down 4-3. So that's now 2 losses in a row since being honorable mention. So maybe that was a bit of a jinx, if you will, a bit of a something. But yeah, this one was feisty in the third period. Loshing an absolute, I guess I can see where Baie-Comeau was not happy with it. A bit of a, trying to play the puck, trying to get down underneath it. Loshing lays a big hit against the boards, and that leads to a melee. Dufour gets the interference from the bench penalty. He gets a roughing penalty. Mercier and Levine for Baie-Comeau, Barbashev, Baudouin, Hamel, all with roughing penalties. I can't remember who it was, if it was Levine or if it was Mercier. One of them basically had Baudouin and just pushing down on him. Ends up taking his helmet off. It'll be interesting to see if that's if that is, as far as I know, in a fight, that is a penalty that an extra penalty that can get you a suspension. I don't know if we'll see that after, kind of a tussle, as no fists were thrown. Gloves were dropped. So we'll have to see on that one. But one thing that I don't know if I've really noticed that much, the icings. You can't change after icings, but both times, once in the second and once in the third, so for both teams, they did the media timeout after an icing. So, they have the icings where you can't change for the advantage for the team that ices the puck gets to change, or disadvantage for the team that ices the puck. Advantage for the team that gets the change, gets the new guys out. When you do the media timeout where they come out to clean the ice after an icing, you kind of negate that whole thing. And in the NHL, you can't call a timeout, but I don't understand why there's media timeouts. Why don't you just wait till the next whistle? And it was happened for both teams. I wasn't trying to, say it shouldn't have happened for Moncton, but it happened for both teams. So a little bit interesting there. A little bit of a thing that I don't think I've ever really noticed, except for tonight. I noticed it for both teams. So again, I'm new on YouTube. If you're here, I welcome you. Thank you for joining me. Usually it's on Instagram. I can't see the comments. I don't know why. This is the first night, so maybe I need a new streaming platform to see comments. Maybe comments can't come. I will be looking into doing phone calls so I can kind of take your phone calls, take this post-game show to the next level. But for right now, it looks like you're going to get so far about 10 minutes of me just yapping. So the hardest worker tonight was Charles Baudouin. I have zero issues with that. That guy was all over the ice, banging bodies. He had 2 assists, getting in the melee, sticking up for teammates. So he was one of the harder workers on the ice tonight. Face-offs, 31-29 for Moncton. Hits were 11-7 for Moncton, and it was a physical game. Barbashev had a couple of hits. Gabe Smith had a big hit in the second period on Colucci, I believe. No, Chenard. Big hit on Chenard. Like I said, Lotion had the big hit that drew the big roughing melee there in the third period. So both teams are trying to be physical. Moncton, I've noticed, is getting more physical as the year is going on. Baie-Comeau goes 1 for 2 on the power play, and Moncton goes 1 for 3 on the power play. Your third star of the game, Vincent Collard. What did he have here? He had just the one goal. Vinny LaBelle continues his hot streak. Wildcat Player of the Week presented by Rosemary Lynn for this past week. He continues his hot streak. He had 2 goals last night. He had 2 assists tonight. He was your second star, and the first star, Xavier Fortin of Baie-Comeau, with 1 goal and 1 assist. So it's now 2 L's in a row for the Wildcats. Last time they had 2 losses in a row was just before they started the streak back in October. Shawinigan and Sherbrooke, they had 2 back-to-back losses. Then they went on a streak of points in 8 straight. So they're looking to redeem themselves Sunday at 4. Where's my little ticket thing? I don't know if this still works. I know someone tried to use it today at my work and it didn't work. So maybe it doesn't work day of game. Maybe it only works 24 hours in advance. But you can save $5 on tickets, courtesy of the Atlantic Superstore. Use this promo code SUPER5. You get $5 off. But I mean, thoughts on this one, because we don't really see Baie-Comeau a lot. Jeremy's Rookie of the Year, Matthias Malofsky, had 1 assist. I think he had an assist on the game winner, actually. Yeah, he did. He had the assist on the game winner, finding La Rochelle. Smooth skater, good with the puck. It did kind of suck that we didn't get to see Justin Poirier, as he's off the U17 camp. He was their top pick in this year's draft. So it kind of sucked we didn't get to see him, as we don't get to see these teams a whole lot. So again, like I talked about on the podcast this past week, it does kind of, I get the travel part, but it does kind of suck when we only get to see these guys once here and once in Baie-Comeau. I wish they'd alternate. So, for instance, this year we'd get Baie-Comeau now. Maybe we get Baie-Comeau again in the middle of next year, like in January or something. And then we go to Baie-Comeau once. So we get them home twice. We go to Baie-Comeau once. Next year, we get Baie-Comeau here once. We go there twice. Just kind of alternate, just to see more teams out of markets you're not generally used to seeing, or especially in the different conferences, right? So, I mean, we don't have to see the Val-d'Ors and the Rouyn-Norandas twice, because obviously travel is quite a bit there. But I mean, we do see a lot of the Maritime teams, and I'm sure the teams in their other divisions, the Central, the East, the West, they see each other quite a bit. But even if we saw the Central Division, I think is what it is. Oh, that's the schedule. Hang on. If you're new to this show, you will find out that I just kind of go off topic a little bit, look at random stuff. Eastern Conference. So we got the divisions here. Let's go back this way. Again, welcome into the post-game show on YouTube. This is the premiere episode. We've been doing this a lot on Instagram, but just trying to take it to YouTube, find new followers. I have to see how to figure this out so I can see the chat, see what you guys are talking about. But we'll get better as we go on. Yeah, so the East Division. So the Quebec, Baie-Comeau, Rimouski, Chicoutimi. Even if the Maritime teams and the East Division we saw more of that division, right? Because I'm sure those teams see each other a lot, and they kind of maybe get tired of seeing each other all the time. But even if it was something like, 2 home games one year, then the next year it's 2 road games and 1 home game. Even if it was just the East Division, right? Like just our conference. Because like I said, you're not going to get Val-d'Or and Rouyn-Noranda making the trek 2 times, because they usually have to do 2 trips. They got to do the 3 Maritime teams and then 3 other Maritime teams. So and I get that the travel is a big part of it, but these are the nights when, Justin Poirier, and we're going to see him as he's going to be in the league for quite a while, being a 16-year-old rookie, but it would have been nice to see him in this one. So Paven makes his return to the lineup. Mercier was the healthy scratch. I thought Paven was okay. I mean, I didn't think he did too much, tried to do too much in this one. Had a hit. Had a hit. I thought he had more than that. I don't really understand how they do hits, because there seems like there's a lot more than 21 hits in the game. So, but he was first game back. He brought the energy. He was on the 4th line with John Lounsbury and Smith. So maybe it's bringing a little bit more experience to that line. I'm not sure, but I don't think Auger came back in the third period. So obviously that's something to monitor going into Sunday's game. Maybe Mercier gets back in to that spot, juggle the lines a little bit. Obviously, I don't think you're going to touch a lot of the top six, but we'll have to see. I don't know what the injury or what the status on OJ is. All I know is he didn't come back for the third period. One guy I had an eye on tonight was Forche Gendron. I thought he played quite well. You can kind of see him kind of getting more comfortable as the year's gone on. He's been on that 5 spot, I guess, if you want to say. And he's kind of stuck in that 5 spot. It's been Grenier and Ballantyne kind of switching in and out. But you can just see, Forte Gendron, I think in the second period, took the puck behind the net and he just took it up the ice. So, you can just see the confidence in him. He's getting better every week. He's getting better every game, and you can see why he is the future along with Morin and Grenier. Barbashev back again. Cole Bishop is he had a good weekend when he first got there. I don't know if he's gripping the stick a little bit too much, but I thought he played better tonight. More noticeable. Gabe Smith was all over the ice, I thought. Jeremy had messaged me. Gabe Smith may have a goal tonight. Didn't quite happen. He had a lot of juice early on. I thought maybe he was going to get his first. It's not going to be very long till he gets his first goal. So, and on the Drakkar side, like I said, Milovsky was good. Olivier Adam was good for them. He's, like I said on the show, these guys this is a good team in Baie-Comeau. They're not a team to be looked over again like they were last year. They were 2 points behind us tonight. I'm pretty sure now if I go look at the standings, they're probably ahead of us in the standings, or at least tied with us points wise. So they're a pretty good team. They lost in Halifax last night to a good Halifax team who ended up losing tonight to Cape Breton. So Halifax is tied with us. Sorry. Baie-Comeau is tied with us at 17 points now. So it's a team they're right with us. You look at Blainville coming in on Sunday, 7-7, 15. They got they lost tonight in Bathurst. So tomorrow they go over to the island. Now Gravel, we had talked about we wanted to see Sheehan play. I don't know if we will, just because I think Gravel started tonight for Blainville. I'm just fact checking myself. Where are you? Yeah, Gravel started tonight, so you got to believe that Sheehan will start tomorrow, and then we may see Gravel on Sunday. Again, I believe Filion will go on Sunday. They alternated the back-to-back starts. Both goalies took losses, so I could see them going back to Filion, and then we'll see after that. But that's kind of it for me. This is a show that I like doing when I've got interaction and I can't see anything. So I'm going to take tonight, and then take tomorrow and see what kind of streaming platform I could find. I thought I'd just set it up, plug and play. It wouldn't allow me to stream right away. But again, it's the first time that this show has been on YouTube. I've got 3 likes, and I don't know if there's 2 people here or 2 people have commented. But either way, I don't know how many of you are there here. But I appreciate you being here. We're going to be doing this more often. So stay tuned. Sunday after the 4:00 game, we will be back on YouTube live for the post-game show. Hopefully, A, I'll be able to see your comments. B, I'll have it set up to take some phone calls or some way to take calls, because that's really what I want this show to be. I enjoy talking about the game and giving my opinions on the game and the Avenir Centre and this and that and fan interaction, but I also like interacting with you guys, and I want to get your thoughts on the game. So, and I always enjoy your guys' thoughts on the game, thoughts on the team. That's kind of what I want this to be, is not a show that's going to go all night, but a show that's going to go for a little while as I take calls and listen to your guys' thoughts, and just have chats, live with your feedback after a big win or a big loss or a frustrating loss. This one I would probably put in as just a run of the mill, a tough game against a good opponent that's right there with us. And that's, Moncton had their chances late in the third. They had a beautiful opportunity on, I believe, late in the power play. Did we have a late power play? No, we had a late, the 6-on-4 for about 2.5 minutes. Had a glorious chance in front of the net. They just about converted on a tap in on the side of the net. So it's not like Moncton wasn't in this one, but it'll be interesting to see how they rebound now. 2 straight losses. Last time we had 2 straight losses, we kind of changed some things. Now this was on the road, so they were able to connect, be away from families, whatever, just be a group, getting to kind of bond, if you will. And they got the win in Drummondville, and then they just continued to roll for the end of October. It's a new month. They now started with 2 straight losses. So we'll have to see how they kind of reconnect, reshuffle things, and get ready for Blainville. But I thank you guys for joining me on the YouTube show. One thing I will say, so got poutine tonight because I got out of work late, got home, got changed, right to the rink, got a poutine, and I took Ryan to the game, and he was buying some beers, and I said, don't forget to tip, because you have to tip now. And bless her heart, the girl behind the counter is like, well, we're having an issue with Amex, and that's why we're having issues with the machines, so that's why there's no tap. Are you kidding? Really? Okay. So that's why you have a tap. Okay. For one Amex card, as opposed to any other debit card, anything else, that's the reason. Just admit it. You just want tips for your employees. You can go out. The worst part is if you go to the concessions, you have to tip and stick your card in. And it's not the tipping. I don't mind the tipping. The problem that I have is just say you want to tip. Don't try and give excuses. You randomly changed it. But the problem is, I take my phone to the game. That's Riker. I take my phone to the game. I don't want to carry my wallet. I want to carry my phone that has my cards on it, and I want to buy stuff and tap it and be done. So if I go to the concessions, like the little beer carts, I can buy beers. Here's your $22. They give me the machine. I press the tap, or I press the tip, and then I press OK, and then I go blink and I tap it. So you can't tell me it's not. It's an Amex issue. No, it's not. It's a upgrade your machines. It's 2022. You can have a tip and a tap function at the same time, because you do in the other avenues of getting beer in the little side carts there on the concourse. But again, this isn't a show where I come in and I rip the Avenir Centre. We're lucky to have it. We're lucky to have all these events. Ticketmaster's a bit of but we're lucky to have the Avenir Centre. We're lucky to have the team playing in the Avenir Centre in a world-class facility. So it's just the little things that annoy me. Again, that's it for me, as we don't want to get into too much of a late night, as I'm just, I don't want to just keep talking because I can't see any of your comments. B, whomever and however many of them were joining me tonight, when you see this, thank you. I appreciate it. We will be back Sunday. Hopefully I'll have some of these kinks ironed out. But again, around the cue, one more time, as all these scores are now final. Bathurst gets a 5-3 victory over Blainville. Cape Breton gets a 5-3 victory over Halifax. Bit of a shocker. Gatineau, 4-3 overtime victory over Renda. Quebec, 5-1 over Shawinigan. A 3-2 shootout victory for Drummondville over Sherbrooke. And a 1-0 Victoriaville win over Val-d'Or. But sadly, at the Avenir Centre, the Wildcats lose their second in a row tonight as they go down 4-3 to Baie-Comeau. They are at home on Sunday fun day. Take the kids down. They got the bouncy houses, I do believe. And don't forget, if you buy your tickets, I'm pretty sure you have to do it within 24 hours. Use the promo code SUPER5, and you'll get $5 off one ticket as courtesy of the Atlantic Superstore. That's it for me, guys. Enjoy your weekend. See you Sunday.
Is it over? Can you hear me me scream out loud all these feelings.